Hello there, everybody. This is Lawton Childs. I hope you're doing very well today. and I'm just letting everybody know we are live here. If they haven't gotten the Facebook message, then they know where we are. Yeah, good afternoon, everybody. We had a great call this morning where a ad was gone through that I wanted to make sure everybody saw, which is the ad that I'm going to show you right now. And then we're going to go through some really cool text message marketing stuff. And then we will finally go through the angles that I sent you about 10 days ago. So, in fact, let's just go through the angles first, just so, just so we're all on the same page. And then we can go through the rest of this. Okay. I will just show my face briefly on the camera and we'll go from there. Okay. Let's see. All right, here we go. So, hey, everybody, it's Lawton, and I hope you're doing very well today. We're finally seeing some fall weather here in Atlanta. So we're finally seeing some cooler weather come down the pike, which we're very happy for. Just adjust the camera a little bit more. Sorry, I'm not. There we go. So good morning or good afternoon, wherever you are. Most of you are, afternoon like me. So the one thing that I wanted to show you was, I did a poll on, I polled a bunch of groups. I polled Frank Kern's group. I polled our group. I polled, some other people in my higher conversions group, and everybody really said they wanted more emails every month. That you guys were sort of struggling to get either entire campaigns or more emails. So the last couple of months, I've given you the sales letter that I'm using. This October, you're going to get all the upsells scripts that I'm using. So you'll have the actual keynote slides. You'll be able to go through and and see the slides that I'm using to get about 15% of people to give me $200 in my upsell. So you'll get those exact slides, and then I'll put together that framework so you can use it. So the newsletter will walk you through the framework, why it works, how you can use it, and then the slides will actually be. You'll just get my slides, right? And you'll be able to rip them off and use them how you want. So that will be really cool. I have noticed that a few people have not gotten some of the printed materials. So I apologize that last month we had the hurricane. And I think a lot of the newsletters that I personally sent out myself from my door didn't get to you. So I apologize about that. That's why you all have the PDFs, but I appreciate your patience as we figure this out. The shipping is the hardest part of this whole Inner Circle deal. That's why some of the people internationally have just been like, well, maybe do you just want the PDF? Because by the time we get to the next issue, it takes 15 days longer to get you the issues than it does in the United States. So anyway, so that's just some general housekeeping stuff. But let's look at these angles right here, and we'll go from there, okay? All right, so I'm going to share my screen with you. All right, so here are the angles. Just 1 second. Sorry. So let's just look at these real quick. You'll see a couple different, issues here. So The first issue is the very first one that we did, which goes through, which goes through the article. I've completely rewritten a lot of this article that I first gave you, but you have the first version here in its entirety for you to rip off. This first issue is really just about me, my background, why you should care about the inner circle. And then also, also it goes through the whole article, right? It really shows you how to, first of all, inspire people to take action, to really serve people at the highest levels of business and marketing, which is very important, because if we don't start off on the right foot, then we're never going to grow together as marketers. We're never going to grow together as, as people that, as people that really serve people at the highest levels, right? So hopefully that will make sense to you. The next thing that this issue has is the entire article. Let me just scroll down. Again, this issue has angles as well, right? So you see this angle right here is the emotions to target, right? So this ad works really well right here in issue number 1 from Avis, that they were number 2 in their marketplace and they had to try harder. So what do you do if you're going up against a really big brand? How do you frame your messages? Well, this is one way to do it, right? Is, Avis is only number 2 in rental cars. Why go with us? So they're actually just coming out and saying, hey, we're number 2. We know that. Here's why you should trust us and go with us, right? And then there's a bunch of books in here from issue number 1 that I recommend you read. There's a bunch of, how to find great selling angles and product angles and headline angles inside of these books on Amazon, that you don't even have to buy the books. Sometimes you can just go through and you can click on the book title and it will show you exactly, what to do. The other angle that I used is where I just copied David Ogilvy's How to Create Advertising That Sells. You can see how this is just a lower quality photo. That's why the first time that I sent this out, I sent it out with disc.com, and I've since been looking for another distributor because of the printing quality just wasn't great. That's sort of out of my control, because once you send it to the printer, you don't really know what it's going to look like until it actually lands on your doorstep. Again, that's one of the issues with with this type of stuff, is sometimes some stuff is out of your control. But this is a great issue. This goes through just how to do exactly what you need to in order to get people to take action. And then it goes through the conversion files. This is the one issue where I kind of overwhelmed you with way too much content. But again, it was necessary, I think, just to get a solid footing, right? And I will make sure all of you have those files if you're looking for them again, because I know sometimes it can be hard to find everything, right? And then here's the actual article: 12 advanced methods for making your email sell. Works even if you have a tiny list. And then I go through and actually give you all of the article material, so you can rip this off yourself. You can use it for your own benefit. And you can really have a piece of content that at the end of that content, you can pitch a product or service. Okay. So that's what that issue is about. The next issue is, let's share the screen. Okay. Yeah, here we go. Just one second. Okay, this second issue is all about the Facebook ads that it worked really well with this question angle. And this whole issue, we talk a lot about McDonald's and creating assets that you can deploy again and again. And really that's what the whole job of us as marketers is to create assets that you can deploy again and again and again, just like McDonald's does. That McDonald's has a product and they've systemized that product through all types of marketing, right? And all types of, they've basically systemized the ability for their product to be run by a 15-year-old kid, because they've systemized how the food, how the food is delivered. Okay. And so that's very important. Because basically, look at this, like worldwide locations double to about 36,000. McDonald's maintains restaurants in 100 countries. How are they able to do all this? How are they able to maintain this level of growth and this level of success? Is because they've systemized and they've perfected the ability to crank out these assets. They rent land, they they buy land, then they rent it to the franchisee, and then they install their system and they just scale. And so one of the things that we use to be just like McDonald's, let me scroll down here, is our Facebook ads. This is an asset that can be run every day, day after day, and then only change when the sales go down, right? So the only time this changes is if the photo needs to be changed or some of the headlines need to be changed. But other than that, they can be run every single day to different audiences, asking them this question: is your email open rate below 20%? Would you like to see a way to get it above 50%? And then the whole ad is right here. And it's just very powerful, and it just goes through this. And then here's some variations. So these are variations on that same ad, which I put in your conversion files, which basically allow you to have an asset that you can test, because I went in and tested these images and these angles to see which one converted better. This headline, son of world famous copywriter reveals new email tactic, or this headline, how to write emails which get open and get sales. It's the same product, but it's different headlines and different images to see which one converts at a higher rate, right? And then here's some other examples. Neil Patel, are you an entrepreneur who sells your products and services online? Again, asking that question framework is very powerful. Let's see what else we got. We've also got some Dan Kennedy stuff in here. And so all of these are frameworks that can be deployed again and again and again. We've got some food being delivered in like 3 minutes, so I'm going to have to get up really quick and answer the door. But this issue number 2 is really all about those frameworks and really all about how to deploy them in your marketing. And I go through my ads step by step so you can see the framework. You can see my ads. This one's done about $18,000 in sales in the last 90 days or more than that. You can see like every single line almost is written out for you, so you can see it, so you can understand why I did what I did. Okay. And then so the entire ad is really broken down for your convenience. Okay. And this is all inside of your conversion files as well. And so eventually, I think we're all going to put the conversion files into Dropbox, because that's just easier every month to kind of create a new folder and then say, here's your newsletter. It's in the mail. Here's the PDF. And then here's all your conversion files. So let me know in the group if that's something that you want, and I will put that in there every single month. And then here is, if you don't know how to do a lot of transitional phrases, here are some really cool transitional phrases to keep people reading, right? Keep people reading with these traditional phrases. And it just walks you through the entire ad and why you should really knock it off for your own marketing. Okay. And And then you have some emails that you can use to drive people who have opted into your list. So you could drive traffic with that ad. And then if they don't buy, you follow up with them with these emails that I give you. Okay. And you could see everything is sort of reworked so you can put your industry in here. Okay. And your end results. So everything is sort of chunked so where you can use it and profit from it. Just one second. All right, y'all. Sorry, I'm back. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. Is that every month I want to give you these campaigns. Every month I want to give you, every month I want to give you all of these campaigns. So you can basically work them and rework them for any product that you want to promote. Okay. And then this third one. So that's a lot of content for right now. What I want to do is give you some, let's go through the other angles here, which, just one second. Okay, in this latest, issue, let's see. Yeah, here we go. In this latest issue right here, I give you a lot of Gary Halbert's famous books that he recommends that you read. And I talked to Ming and some other people, and basically so these ads are ones that you should get online and that you should copy them out by hand. Like actually get a legal pad and a pen and paper and copy them out by hand. And there is a reason why you do that. Is because that's going to help you internalize how to write great copy, even if you're not a great writer. And that's going to help you to have the right mindset about chunking things down and really short paragraphs that chunk things down, right? And and that type of thing. The next thing that that we're looking at is these angles right here. So the solution angle. So this is the solution angle where we're going in and we are, if they don't buy the first time, then what do? We follow up with them in a unique way. Okay. And so you'll have 3 or 4 angles here that you can use for your own marketing. And so that's why this is very powerful. You've got sales letter number 2 or sales angle number 2, the newscaster method. So all of these angles are here for you to use, and they're very powerful. And I've just gone ahead and written some email copy for all of them that you can knock off. Okay. the prediction angle. So this works really well if you are making a prediction about what will happen in your industry or what will happen in society. Does Trump have the stamina to survive Washington? Will these 17 stocks explode in value because of North Korea? So I've just given you a bunch of examples, and then here is an email that I wrote based off of news that I saw, and I'm sort of making a prediction. It's not a real product or anything, but if it was, this is how I'd promote it in email. Okay. And then the last angle is dog whistle copy, and this is how to call out to your audience in a way that it's just about them, and it's not about it's like women over 40 who want to regain romance. Okay, women over 40, the romance cure. And so, so all you're doing is calling out to women over 40 who are struggling with maybe a marriage that is sort of fizzled romantically. Okay. And so that's dog whistle copy. Is only dogs. If you have a dog whistle and you whistle, use it for the dog, only the dog can hear the whistle. Nobody else can hear it. It's only designed for them. And so that's why that angle is so effective, because all you're doing is calling out to your market, traders who have failed in the past, people, so students with massive college debt, right? And so the only people who are going to read that message are people with massive college debt. You're calling out right to them. Everybody else doesn't matter. And so it's just basically this email is designed to get them to take action. So those are the newsletters we have so far. And then the next week you will get by mail and PDF the upsell angles. So what this will do, the upsell angles will allow you to have a template and a framework that once they buy your first product, you will have the ability to sell them other products right afterwards. Just like McDonald's says, would you like fries with that? So that's a lot of material for today for you to go through and look at if you haven't already. I know some people just get the newsletter and they get the information and they're like, well, I'm gonna put it off until next month or whatever. But please go through it when you get it, and then if you have any questions about accessing the materials, then please let me know. Okay, and this is Lawton Childs, and we'll speak soon. And again, if you need anything reviewed every 2 weeks, this is why we do these calls. So I'm more than happy to spend half of the call or all of the calls reviewing your material, or even helping you come up with campaigns from scratch. But, you have to sort of let me know if that's what you need. So, all right. Thanks so much. Talk to you soon.